Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. The last couple of days, I've been talking about time and time management and how do you spend your time and doing what matters, what's most important, getting priorities straight. And today I want to read from Neville Goddard's The Power of Awareness. And in his little book, The Power of Awareness, there's also the book Awakened Imagination. And in chapter 5 of Awakened Imagination, Neville Goddard talks about spending or wasting time. And this chapter is called The Coin of Heaven. And he quotes William Blake from The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Does a firm persuasion that a thing is so make it so? And the prophet replied, all poets believe that it does. And in ages of imagination, this firm persuasion removed mountains. But many are not capable of a firm persuasion of anything. And in Romans 14:5, the quote, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Persuasion is an inner effort of intense attention. To listen attentively as though you heard is to evoke, to activate. By listening, you can hear what you want to hear and persuade those beyond the range of the outer ear. Speak it inwardly to your imagination only. Make your inner conversation match your fulfilled desire. Whatever you wish to have, you must believe that it's yours. Whatever you wish to do, you must already feel it done. Whatever you wish to be, you must be in that state before it shows up in your outside circumstances. It takes sitting quietly, relaxing, deciding what you really want to the point that you just know it. Not, I wish it, I need it, I hope someday maybe, but this is mine. I know it, I feel it. When you persuade yourself, then it shows up for the world to see. If you want to be, if you want to not have debt, if you want to feel like you are abundantly blessed financially, it's not enough to say, I need a job, I have to pay my bills. You must be grateful that you're always taken care of. Everything that you've always needed has always shown up. You must trust the universe, trust God, trust your innate ability to create everything that you want, everything that you need, and just be in the feeling that it's already yours. And that inner persuasion is vitally important. You can't ask for material wealth and then complain that you're poor, that you don't have enough money, that you can't afford something. The universe listens to your vibrational energy. Your words must match the gratitude that you feel now that it's yours. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. This is mine. Living in that state of already feeling abundantly blessed, and giving thanks, even though it's not here yet, giving thanks and getting into the vibrational energy of what it would feel like now that it is here physically, when it's in your mind and in your heart, you feel it in every cell of your being. That's when the opportunity presents itself and you take action and it does become yours. Neville Goddard says, what you desire to hear without, you must hear within. Embrace the without within and become one who hears only that which implies the fulfillment of his desire, and all the external happenings in the world will become a bridge leading to the objective realization of your desire. Your inner speech is perpetually written all around you in happenings. What's going on in your outside world is a manifestation of what you've already been thinking and feeling and doing. There is a period of time that elapses between what you think, the action that you take, and the result of your thoughts and your actions. You can tell what's happening by how you're feeling. Neville Goddard says, learn to relate these happenings to your inner speech, and you will become self-taught. By inner speech is meant those mental conversations which you carry on with yourself. They may be inaudible when you are awake because of the noise and distractions of the outer world of becoming, but they are quite audible in deep meditation and dream. But whether they are audible or inaudible, you are their author and fashion your world in their likeness. Research has estimated that there are, first of all, infinite thoughts around you all the time, and you personally think anywhere between 60 and 90,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are of the same or similar message. They are like energy. You're not consciously aware that you're talking to yourself, but there is mental chatter going on all day long, whether you notice it or not, whether it's audible or inaudible. Do you ever stop to think about what you're thinking about, what you're saying to yourself? It might be in your own voice. It might be your mother's voice or someone else's voice that had an emotional impact on you. But those words are a continuous stream, and that continuous stream is bringing you more of the same. You want to start to tell yourself the beautiful lies, the image that you truly desire as if it's here, because you've already believed lies that are hurting you, that are holding you back, that are sabotaging your abilities, because you have all the talent and ability to create a beautiful life, and you're wasting your time talking about what's going wrong. Inner speech from premises of fulfilled desire is the way to create an intelligible world for yourself. Neville Goddard says, observe your inner speech, for it is the cause of future action. Inner speech reveals the state of consciousness from which you view the world. Make your inner speech match your fulfilled desire, for your inner speech is manifested all around you in happenings. The whole manifested world goes to show us what use we have made of the word of inner speech. An uncritical observation of our inner talking will reveal to us the ideas from which we view the world. You could objectively look around you and decide, I want to change something. And rather than continuing to talk about what's not going well, use your inner talking to create that beautiful life. Talk to yourself as if it's already here. How wonderful it would be, how beautiful, how abundant, how loved you are. Inner talking mirrors our imagination, and our imagination mirrors the state with which it is fused. If the state with which we are fused is the cause of the phenomenon of our life, then we are relieved of the burden of wondering what to do, for we have no alternative but to identify ourselves with our aim. And inasmuch as the state with which we are identified mirrors itself in our inner speech, then to change the state with which we are fused, we must first change our inner talking. It is our inner conversation which makes tomorrow's facts. That's why my mentor, Bob Proctor, would say, decide on a big, beautiful idea, a fantasy, whatever you desire, make it a goal. And then get into the energetic, vibrational feeling of what it would be like to be there. And then as you think about that, you write about it as if it's true here now, and you give thanks as if it's yours already. You change your results from it's a goal to it's your present circumstance. It becomes your life. Everything starts in the mind. So your speech and your feelings, your energetic vibration, your actions, when they are all in alignment, that's what changes your outcome, your destination, your circumstances. There is a God in heaven, and heaven is within you, that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the later days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. That's from Daniel 2:22. And James 3:2-5 says, if any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven by fierce winds, yet they are turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. Is there a fire burning in you, a deep desire, a vision? Talk to yourself as if it's done. How wonderful, how grateful you are. And then let go of how it's going to happen, because you don't have to worry about every single step. You take your vision and write it down as a goal, a destination. You could write it as if it's already done. as if you would put it in your diary that this is what's already happened. It's here, it's now, it's yours. That beautiful idea that you've been putting off, put it down on paper. Write a couple of sentences about how happy, how grateful you are that your wish has come true. Your fantasy is now your lived reality. What is your ideal? Everyone has a different dream goal that they want. What's yours? Grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down what it is and how you would feel once it's your true reality. Neville Goddard says, put off the former conversation, the old man which is corrupt, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Put on the new man which is created in righteousness. That's a quote from Ephesians. And Quintilian said, our minds, like our stomachs, are whetted by change of food. Stop all of the old mechanical negative inner talking and start a new positive and constructive inner speech from premises of fulfilled desire. Inner talking is the beginning, the sowing of the seeds of future action. To determine the action, you must consciously initiate and control your inner talking. Construct a sentence which implies the fulfillment of your aim, such as, I have a large, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. Or, I am wanted, I am loved, I am happily married, I am contributing to the good of the world. What resonates with you? Repeat such a sentence over and over until you are inwardly affected by it. Our inner speech represents in various ways the world we live in. And in the Bible, John says, in the beginning was the Word. That which ye sow ye reap. See yonder fields. The sesamum was sesamum, the corn was corn. The silence and the darkness knew, so is a man's fate born. Ends run true to origins. Man attracts what he is. We don't attract what we want. We attract who we are. So if we want a beautiful life, we must be that, remind ourselves that we are divine spiritual energy. We are walking around in human form. We attract what we're in harmony with. Throw off some of those old limiting discussions and really focus on what's going well, what you're grateful for. Sending love to people who bother you so that the energy does change. Even if you just do this in your mind, the other person doesn't have any idea what's happening. You are changing your energetic vibration. You are filled with divine radiating love. And as you send it out, you attract back to you better circumstances, nicer people, a change in your life. Believe that everything you need comes to you at the right time. Believe that you can change your circumstances by changing your speech, your inner speech, the words that you say to yourself. Practice gratitude. Practice believing that everything you need is yours, everything you want is coming. Once you get into the belief, having the faith that you have all the talent, skills, and ability to create the world that you choose. Decide what you want and choose to be that person. It's going to take some persistence. It's going to take some practice. Neville Goddard says every stage of man's progress is made by the conscious exercise of his imagination, matching his inner speech to his fulfilled desire. Persistent assumption of the wish fulfilled is the means of fulfilling the intention. As we control our inner talking, matching it to our fulfilled desires, we can lay aside all other processes. We then simply act by clear imagination and intention. We imagine the wish fulfilled and carry on mental conversations from that premise. Inner talking matures in the dark. From the dark, it issues into the light. The right inner speech is the speech that would be yours were you to realize your ideal. In other words, it is the speech of fulfilled desire. I am that. I am that I am. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you. Observe your inner talking and remember your aim. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say audibly if you had already achieved your goal? An individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of his life. Through uncritical self-observation of your inner talking, you find where you are in the inner world. And where you are in the inner world is what you are in the outer world. You put on the new man whenever ideals and inner speech match. In this way alone can the new man be born. Put off the old man, the old way of doing and talking. Put on the new persona, the new identity. Take off the mask of illusion and put on, accept the version of you that already has your desire, your wish fulfilled, your goal attained. I am that. What are you saying to yourself? I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am love. I am God's highest form of creation. What you say you are is what you are becoming. I am. The right inner speech is a speech that would be yours. Would you realize your ideal? It is a speech of fulfilled desire. I am that I am. Use your gifts and live in the wish fulfilled. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.